Evening all, Padge here, and I'm back off me summer holidays where I had a week away and I went down south to see me folks. Nice time in London. Spent with the missus, went and saw Ed Sheeran last Friday at Wembley Arena, and I have to say he was absolutely superb. If you ever get a chance to see him live, absolutely brilliant. One of the best concerts I've been to. Anyway, another juice review time. I said I was going to do this within the next 10 days. I was going to leave it to the end of the week, but I thought I'd do it now because I want to vape it and I haven't been able to. So, a little bit of introduction. This is one of the very first custards that I ever tried, probably almost 6 years ago now. It was when custards were very, very new. And they weren't flooded. The market wasn't flooded with custards. It was a very original thing back then, because other than that, it was either tobaccos or menthols. I used to buy this juice loads from a shop up in Scotland, Charlie's Vape Shop it was, because they had basically the rights to sell it. And then one thing or another, sadly that shop went under, and business didn't stay so great. So basically, Matt Bolster, Vape It Easy down in Gloucester, who I've done some reviews for in the past, he basically got hold of the juice maker Wayne Keenan, and basically he secured the rights to it quite some time ago, I believe. And he sold it ever since. So without further ado, it is probably one of the most famous custards other than Grant's, in my opinion, if you've been around for the last 5 or 6 years vaping, and that is Daredevils Devilicious Vanilla Custard. Now I've cracked it open just to put the nicotine in, and it has started to go a nice sort of golden-ish sort of colour. I'm really excited about trying this because I haven't tried it for a good 4 or 5 years, at least 4 years. And I don't know what I'm going to think of it, to be honest. I used to love this stuff. I used to buy bottles of it. I reviewed it back then as well. And I'm really curious to see whether or not the flavour is exactly the same, because I do believe the recipe hasn't changed. Or whether or not I will still have that sort of that love for it. And they've kept it exactly the same. This is the 50-50 mix, a 100ml bottle, obviously the 0 milligram short fill. So I've been talking for far too long. Let's give it a bit of a shake and have a smell. It takes you back years to when custards were uncomplicated. They were a vanilla custard, because you do just get a straightforward sweet vanilla flavour smell, almost a slight little hint of caramel. As always, since I've been doing my vaping channel, Vandy Vape mesh coil. I'm using some cotton bacon prime in it at the moment, and I'm really enjoying it. It's really wicking extremely well. And it's a 0.16 ohm coil at 72 watts. Let's put some on the coil and let's see what happens. Let's take a toot. Memories, memories. Even for a 50-50 juice, the vapour production on this is extremely macho, loadzo vapour. Love it. The flavour on that sweet too, yeah, sweet vanilla custard. It's a very sweet, sugary sweet, but not sickly sweet. On that exhale, you are just bamboozled with with a really creamy flavour. Now I love my clotted cream custards. I love all the custards that have got the fruits in, but this just takes me back to when custards were really simple. It is a no nonsense vanilla custard. It's not eggified, because, you know, don't forget back then as well, a lot of custards that were coming out which did flood the market when you vaped them, I had that sort of egginess to them, and it was awful. Back then also, you couldn't vape custards, in my opinion, at 0.16 ohms. For me, it was always a 1.2 or 1.5 ohm coil, quite low wattage, because otherwise it felt like you were cooking the juice. But, you know, even though this recipe has stayed the same, to my knowledge, it's really performing and delivering a really superb flavour, even at a very low ohm coil and a very high wattage. I remember vaping this. I remember that I loved it. I couldn't get enough of it. Do I still feel the same about it now? And quite simply, yes, I do. The flavour is just, it's just a vanilla custard, no frills. And if you're a custard fan, you're absolutely going to adore this. It's got a really creamy edge to it. It is quite sugary sweet, but it's just like warm vanilla custard. You can't fluff it up or flounce it any more than that, to be fair, because it is what it says on the tin. It's just a good, straightforward vanilla custard, and it's great to see something that's lasted still stick around 5-6 years on. I can see this being a staple custard in my vape arsenal now forevermore. I didn't even realise that it was still about until I started speaking to Matt, and Matt told me, you know that custard that you used to like? And I was like, custard I used to like. You went Devilicious, and I went, you are kidding me. He said, no, I've got it, and it's still about. And he just wanted to carry on what Wayne had started all those years ago with the recipe that he had made, and it's just great to see this bloody stuff still about. And I even know that, even though I've been floating pictures about over my Instagram and Facebook, across a few Facebook pages, there is still a huge following that remember this, and a huge following of people that still want to know how to get it. Well, it's quite simple. www.vapeiteasy.net. That's down in Gloucester, online store, and you can get it there, and it's superb. Sweet oodles of vanilla custard that coats the roof of your mouth. On the exhale, you're getting that creamy finish, that milky sort of finish, that real warm traditional vanilla custard, and it is superb. So thank you to Matt for sending this up, and Wayne, if you're watching, then thank you for allowing this to still be produced under your rightful recipe, and even the namesake as well. And I love the artwork, and I do believe that Wayne has designed this as well, the labelling or the actual design for it. And you know what, it's spot on. If you like vanilla custards, if you like them simple but spot on, not sickly, then this is the custard for you. Don't forget, as always, I'm on Instagram, Page772018. Follow me there, obviously. Thanks for watching, as always. This has been my thoughts on Daredevils Devilicious Vanilla Custard. It was sent up to me for the purposes of review, and it's good to see something original still around, and I'm so glad that it tastes exactly as it did all those years ago. I've been Padge. Bye for now.